mau mai, hara mai ki tēnei pāpahotanga o Whakaata Māori. Ka mihi nui ki ngā maunga, ngā waimenga ahika o tēnei rohe o Rotorua. Tēnā koutou katoa ki ngā kai whakahaere, ngā kai wawao, ngā kai tautoko me ngā kai whakataitai. Anō hoki he mihi mahana kia koutou katoa. Ko Sean Wilkie tēnei, nōku te tino Waimari e ki te noho hei kai kōrero o tēnei kēmu. Ki te taha o te rangatira nei, a Maia William. Tēnā koe Maia.
Mōtaro, e tai. Great to be back here this morning. Super excited. It's really weird. I haven't been this excited on a day two for a long time. Normally when you're refereeing, your body's done. But after the games we had on the live stream yesterday, Sean, I'm just super excited about today. Today's where the games really ramp up and our teams split off into the bottom two of each pool, go into a different division, and our top two go through towards that championship playoff. So I'm really looking forward to that. We've got a huge day ahead of ourselves. And I just want to say a shout out, before I give this shout out to one of the incredible sponsors that support this Papakura High School team, to all of our whānau back home, in our rohi, in our communities, that have got our rangatahi here for this weekend. It costs a huge amount of money, and particularly when you're coming from way down in the south or way up north, or now even with our unfortunate roads way out in the Tairāwhiti area, what a huge expense is to get here. So a massive shout out to all of our whānau, all the people in our communities that put their hands in their pockets, that got down and helped do the car wash, helped sell those lotto ticket drops, whatever it was. Thank you so much, so that your rangatahi could be here representing you proudly and having the time of their life. And just one in particular for the Papakura High School, they're proudly sponsored by the Rise and Shine Josiah Mika Foundation. Now, this is a charity based out of South Auckland that supports rangatahi like this team by removing barriers to participation. So, to the Rise and Shine Josiah Mika Foundation, thank you so much for the mahi that you do, for the support that you give teams like the Papakura High School team so that they can be here. Alrighty, Sean, day two, first game of the live stream, another 6 ahead of us, super excited. We've got Papakura High School up against Te Kuiti High School. And straight away, as we look at the names here for the Papakura High School, when I see the surname Flavel, straight away my eyes get drawn to that Chapman as well. When you see these names, you're like, oh, historically, these are the superstars of Counties Touch have these surnames. So they're definitely two names, as well as Bristow, Naden and Bates, that I'm really looking forward to see today.
No, absolutely. Maia, we're off to a great start this morning here with a great game coming up with Te Kuiti High School. Up on your screen here with a few names to point out here. We have Hodgson, Harris, Matheson, unfortunately not here today, away at the Chiefs under-20s rugby camp.
Show off.
Yeah, something like that, isn't he? But as you see, when the screen will come to you, we have Te Kuiti going left to right on your screen, yellow and green in the singlets, and Papakura in your green. Very much looking forward to this game. A lot of energy coming from this Papakura High School box early in the game. Before our 2-minute music started, we heard a big chant and a big cheer go up, so I'm very much looking forward to what they've got to put out on display for us today.
Super group of refs, as well as wicked teams, led by John Dusto, Cameron McDonald, and Matere Ratima. So it's awesome to have these refs, and really awesome is the man you can see out in the middle, if we can get a shot of him. One of the top, if not the top referee in New Zealand, and one of the top in the world. He also hails from the mighty, mighty area of Pairo. So it's great to see one of my best mates out there in the middle leading this team. And here we have kick-off in the first game of the 2023 Bunnings Secondary School Touch Championships here in Rotorua. Just getting through their work here, Sean. Really good start from Te Kuiti.
Yeah, we'll look to see what they come with their first attack on the line. Te kemu tuatahi o te rā tuarua. Nā reira, kia kaha ki ngā kai wawao, ki ngā kai tākaro katoa. Very much looking forward to what these two teams have for us this morning on day two, game one. As we see Papakura working out of their try line here. They'll look to work towards the box and get their fresh set of legs on for the first substitution of the game.
Back when I first started refereeing Papakura High School, and particularly their girls team, and I'm looking back here, champions 2002, champions 2003, 2004, 2005, all the way through to 2007. And so they've had a real rich vein of success in touch, an incredible school with an incredible reputation. And now we see them here in the mixed grade, and it's fantastic to see. And I have no doubt that those standards will still be right up there.
No, absolutely. We had an early strike there coming from the number 7 of Papakura, Holden Rawiri. A bit of speed out of the dummy half there, a nice scoop. Quite deep in their half, but we'll look to see his speed come a bit further throughout the game, I'm sure.
Getting through their work, getting things back to the centre. They'll be setting up for a strike here. Nice momentum leading into this. Ooh, unfortunately, couldn't quite get that away.
Yeah, as you say, unfortunate there, Maya, with the play of the ball. A great platform, what came from a 32 short on the fourth play, coming into what could have been a great power scoop there. Unfortunately, held up in the ruck a little bit there, but I'm sure that's something they'll go back to again in their next few sets.
Papakura now again with it. I've no doubt the girls in this team are super strong. First time I've been able to watch this mixed team, so I was super excited about this, kicking us off for day 2.
Some great defence up high there by Te Kuiti as we look for them to come down that far right-hand touch line. Great pop in defence where we see that defender from Te Kuiti coming up quite high, leaving the rest of his defenders to get back in early on side, and a great defensive stop out wide there.
Spoke to one of the Morrinsville players that played this morning at 8 o'clock, and he said it was really different than yesterday. The ground really dewy, ball had a lot of dew on top of that, and just found it really hard to scoop it and throw any long balls. So we've seen a couple of situations that the dew on the ground has caused in this game, but no doubt as the day gets on, things dry up, that those mistakes will be gone.
And a great scoop out of half here by the number 1 from Te Kuiti. Ooh, unfortunate for ball not to go to hand there, but a nice look early on by Rangitonga coming out of the half for Te Kuiti.
One of the spectators did tell us to watch out for Rangitonga this morning there, Sean, so good to see that they weren't telling us any lies. He's looking pretty sharp.
No, absolutely. I'm sure we'll see many more of those looks coming through the first half here and again into the second half as Papakura look to work out of their half.
So yesterday, your first day of being in the commentary box, how was it? How would you say it was?
Yeah, it was a very interesting challenge. It's nice to get a little bit of feedback, and hopefully I can look to improve a little bit on today, just as I'm sure the players would be looking forward to a bit more improvement as well. You know, all improvement's good improvement. So, no, very much looking forward to today.
Here he is, our man, Rangitonga, working in the middle with Rangitonga as well. I'm guessing they're brothers. There's no reason why I guessed that, just because they had the last surnames. They could be cousins or they could not be related at all. But they both look pretty sharp, so I'm going to say they're related. Here we have Rangitonga into dummy half.
And as we spoke about a few times yesterday, Maya, we had quite a few dynamic duos coming through from each team. There was some teams more fortunate and had quite a few duos coming on there. So we'll look to see Rangitonga and Rangitonga dominate again in the middle, I'm sure, coming forward.
Couldn't quite catch the number of that Papakura Link girl, but what a great job she did there in that first touch. Fortunately, couldn't carry on and make hay on the end of that. A great set of yards there. She skipped inside that first defender and got a good 12 metres. And
a common theme from yesterday, wasn't it, Maya? Seeing our wahine toa working very, very hard in that link channel. The boys owe them a lot, don't they, with the yards that they're getting for the platforms to be set at the end of the phases there. The mixed game's got so much easier for the boys with how strong, how skillful, how talented, and just confident the girls are now, but I guess that makes it harder on the attacking end when you know defensively they're awesome as well. We see Papakura defending their line very well here. Te Kuiti just trying to set up for something here, potentially on their last touch. Long ball goes out. Great chase out. Just trying to see the signal there from the ref. I think it was a penalty's been given. I think it was for not moving off the line. And that brings us off with e tahi kupuhau mō te rā. We've got some couple of kupuhau, some words that we're going to use today. We talked about yesterday, there was a lot of forward passes and a lot of offside. So today, whānau, if you hear us see a forward pass, we're hoping to use our kupuhau, maka whakamua for forward pass, and tūhapa for offside.
What about you, Sean? What is it you're going to try and get out there?
Yeah, no, I'm going to look around the heavy touches. We saw quite a few in the tiny division yesterday with a few of the big frames out there, and our kupu hau for heavy touches Pākaharawa. And probably just going to be looking to celebrate our tries with the kupu for try as being piro.
Here we have the Tikawiti. Oh, jeepers, nothing on. Gets through, just uses the gas. Looks like he's got through. Well, that's sort of great work from the number 3 from Tikawiti, Headley.
Ai, tika tau. He piro kia Tikawiti te piro tuatahi o tēnei kēmu o tēnei ata. And just some great footwork and a bit of speed there, Maya, to get around the outside and then get a dot down. Piro tuatahi. Tahi ki te kura. Aroha mai. Tahi ki te kore, Tikawiti in the lead.
Here's Papakura, first time down in the attacking end. Interesting to see what type of plays the Papakura team have been practicing over the last few months.
Yeah, you sure do get to have a look after the tap-off comes as we see them go down that link channel. A great touch made there by the covering middle and the wing wahine from Tikawiti there. Fifth touch player, we'll look to see a little bit of footwork. The long ball goes out. Shut down well by Tikawiti there.
Riddick Rangitonga, the number 1 from Tikawiti, looks like he does it at both ends. Great defence as well as being a good attacker. What have we got here? Waiting for the signal of the referee. Looks like they may have played the ball off the mark.
As we hear the call from the sub-box going out to Holden Rawiri. Unfortunately, just in the area there might be something to do with those weather conditions we talked about, Maya. Unfortunate there to not convert with accuracy, but I'm sure they'll come back down in their next set of play and look to expose that middle as they did in that last set there. Yeah,
when you run as fast as these rangatahi do, then it's really hard to stop on a dime and get the ball on the mark sometimes.
No, absolutely.
Nice set here, though. Fourth touch, well and truly inside the attacking half. I want a strong drive here to get some momentum. As we see Harris. Headley picks the ball up off to his, I'm going to say his whānau as well, Benjamin Headley. You must have to bring your whānau into the team. That's a good way if you're a coach to get your numbers up, right? If you want to trial, you got to bring someone from your whānau. We've got Mitchell Headley and Benjamin Headley in the team. I hope you're a whānau, boys. If not, my bad.
Just awesome to see both Tikawiti and Papakura here. Tikawiti, their first time in this mixed division for 23 years. The last time they played was in, the first time they played was in 2000. And Papakura have been out of this competition for 10 to 15 years, as the coach was telling me earlier on today. But all the kids from the Papakura high school team are very, very privileged and proud to be here. And they just said that they are absolutely loving every minute that they get out on the field.
I think that's probably the story of this Nationals for me, is how many new teams, so we had Cromwell yesterday and there's a few others, as well as teams that haven't been here for a long time, 23 years, that's longer than you've been alive,
yeah.
And they haven't been here for, so that's so great to see that in this game, very rarely do you see people leave it because it's such a beautiful game, but it also attracts people back after a long time, so great to have both of these teams back here at the Touch Nationals, and Rotorua, see Tongi Rangitonga, using his gas.
And there's that duo we spoke about there, Maya, the partnership, potentially the whānau just connection there as we see them come down this 32 channel. A nice scoop here by Rangitonga, finds potentially what I'm guessing is his whānau there, and dots over for Te Piro Tuarua o tēnei kēmu, Rua ki te kore, Tikawiti still in the lead.
Yep, number 15 there, Lawson Rangitonga. Was it his brother that got? Was it Riddick that got the first try?
I think so.
They might be having their little comp, eh?
Oh,
here he is. Ooh,
Headley, the other set of brothers there.
Nearly got the intercept there. Riddick Rangitonga, as we see them working together on defence.
Papakura probably looking to use Holden Rawiri there again. The call coming from the box through the coaches, getting Holden to run the same move, Holden. So we'll look to see what he goes to here. Oh, and the ball just goes back in the open side from a 33 split open with a crossover and a bit of a try celebration there by Holden. A great try there, Maya.
Yeah, great work there from Heta. As you see him here, finding space for his man, Holden Rawiri, and we're down for the first piro of the game.
Ai, tika tau, piro tuatahi mo te kapa o Papakura. Rua ki tētahi, Te Kuiti leading by 1 here in a close match, Maya.
Yeah, really cool. Close matches are always the best. With each strong work, getting down to the attacking scoreline.
We see the other set of whānau out there. We have Headley in the number 3 jersey. 14 is Sheehan.
Got a bit of space. Numbers here for Te Kuiti. Couldn't quite exploit it. What have we got? Offside, says referee Pedersen. What a haircut. He's obviously must be broke, so he's shaved all of his head off so he doesn't have to use any hair products. But then there's a bit of an oxymoron at the bottom of his face where he's where all of his hair has fallen to.
Great defence there from Papakura, number 5, Harris. Just defending really well where she finds herself out on that left link side there, dominating that space very well and making a great touch. My apologies, Chapman there for Papakura.
Yeah, good set of D there. Nice work, lifting up nice and high there. Papakura Flavel, the number 8, forced Te Kuiti into an error. Now they're working themselves away.
The defence coming quite strong from Te Kuiti up the field here. Looking to hold them in their own half and potentially set up for a long-range scoop. Touch 5 coming now. Quick scoop out of the half, taking it to the far side.
What do we got there? Is that our first? Oh, I thought that was going to be our first Whakaata. But no forward pass there. A bit of shepherding. Well, that's what it was called back in the day.
Yeah.
So. Obstruction, that's right. That's what it is. Referee Dusto just trying to clean things up in the ruck. Felt that the 15's intentions were to maybe help out the Jew and knock that ball to the ground. Well, you like that? You do those tricky plays?
Oh, not if the ref doesn't see it. It's kei te pai, but...
Beautiful catch, number 7 from Te Kuiti, Karen Hodgson.
And the play-through call has been given. And the number 12 there for Te Kuiti. Heta Cloak goes through for Opiro, set up by that man, Rangitonga, I believe. Taking the score out, Toru ki tētahi.
Not sure how far the replay is going back, but Karen Hodgson really set that one up there. Got the Papakura defences at 6s and 7s. Well, there's only 6 on the field, so 5s and 6s. And therefore they couldn't quite get themselves sorted. And then we see a great touchdown there, as you said, by the number 12. Hits a cloak.
Aye, and unfortunately, kua taka te paoro ki te papa there, unfortunately, from Papakura, and here come Te Kuiti hot on the press with the reinforcements coming from the box and some fresh legs coming on.
There we have it, whānau, our first Whakaata forward pass, unfortunately. And now Papakura get some fresh legs on.
Some great yards coming here with the reinforcements coming quick from the box. Some great yards coming on from the Papakura. Number 5 there, Chapman. As Holden takes the ball in strong into the ruck and the 6 comes around. A great ball to the link. Numbers out wide. Oh, unlucky there for the hands. The ball not quite to go to the hands there. Get out of jail free card a little bit there from Te Kuiti, I think, there, Maya.
Yeah, that looked really, really promising. It would have been a timely hit back, but unfortunately couldn't quite.
Yes, it was a great sweeping play coming from Latrell Heta there. He came very hard and had great intent on his sweep, and the numbers were on there, unfortunately just not executing. A great half there as we hear the hooter go off. Final touch has been made. Kua mutu te hawhi tuatahi. A great half there, Maya, and I'm sure the next half has got many more in store for us. We'll see you in 2 minutes.
Christmas ready with our lowest prices. This is the perfect time to set up for Christmas. Lighting can really help make those really special moments. Decorations just to make things look ready. You want to make sure that everything's right. We can help you make it a Christmas to remember.
Get the turkey on the smoker barbecue, $199. Relax on this timber bench set, $299. Be sun safe with a 2.5 metre market umbrella, $59.
When you find a competitor's lower price on the same stocked item, we'll beat it by 15%. Lowest prices are just the beginning.
This isn't about cameras. It's about getting a better shot, so you can get a better result. A great photo of your property is more important than a picture of our agent.
Hey, sport is about more than just the game. It's about going from teammates to best mates. It's the high fives and helping hands. It's saluting when to back yourself or back your buddies. It's actually being excited to get out of bed early on a Saturday. Sport is about more than just the game. That's why Caltex is proud to help fuel school sports.
Kia ora te whānau, nau mai hoki mai ki te hawhi tuarua. Sean, I just popped out of the tent there and stood in behind the Papakura box and listened to the coach, and I've just been really impressed yesterday and first up this morning with the coaches and how simplistic they are in the delivery at halftime. They're not overloading their players, they're not trying to do any coaching per se in that 2-minute break, but what they are doing is just reminding them, this is what we've been practicing, this is what we need to go back to, you've done this part really well, and if we make this change, then I'm sure we can get it better. So obviously the development of all the coaches is just getting better and better and better, which is great to see, because this is the bottom of our pyramid in terms of high performance, which you're at, and the only way we get superstars like you is to make sure we have quality coaching down at this end. So great to see there from the coach from Papakura.
Ai, e tika tau there, Maia. Kua mahi a te mahi e rātou, nai nei, kua tai mai te rā ki te whakaputa i ngā pukinga katoa. So we're very much looking forward to just seeing all the skills that they've put into practice over the last few months.
First hard touch of the game.
Going back to our kupu ho, Pākaha rawa is our kupu for a heavy touch there, whānau.
Another, I might have to, should have brought in a different kupu ho obstruction. That's our second one, more than forward passes. That doesn't normally happen.
Aye, we've seen that obstruction happen twice now, haven't we, Maia? And we'll bring in another kupu ho there. Ho tai tai obstruction. We see that for the wā tuarua.
Rangitunga boys working together. Ooh. Initially the ref looked like he was going for the play on, but great catch there from referee Peterson. Just unfortunately a bit of a late pass there from Rangitunga.
Ai, he maka tō muri, te karanga mai i ngā kaiwawao. He touch and pass tērā.
Just working themselves out, Papakura. I'll tell you what I really like about the transition phase is when the girls come on from the sub-box, they seem to really put a bit of punch into that yards, which sets the boys up here in the later touches. And I think if those first two touches could be as strong as the third and fourth. Here we see a draw and pass on the outside. Great pass, great catch. Oh, if John Dusto wasn't on that field, I'm not sure many would have caught what happened there. But I think what you'll see if we get a replay is the middle boy come across to what Mr. Dusto said, to obstruct the defender from getting across to be able to touch number 4 from Papakura, who was Te Rina Herangi. And to be honest, she got so much gas, I'm not sure she needed any help, Sean.
No, absolutely right there, Maia. Just probably running too tight of a support line. But as you said, she definitely had the gas to get there. Unfortunate there with the call, but very well spotted there by Dusto.
Too tight of a support line, I like that. code for obstruction.
Yes, definitely.
Fifth touch, what we got on the end of this? Tikawiti. Oh, it still works. I thought when he didn't pass it, he missed out on an opportunity, but no problem. The Headley boys, as we see the number 2 and number 3 in the middle. Nice pick up there from Benjamin. Pops the ball back in to Mitchell, who dots down for a beautiful try, which takes Tikawiti through to 4-1 lead.
Ai, he piro pairawa atu tērā ngā tama tokorua, the Headley boys there, a very, very awesome try. Thought he gave that dummy, and then I thought he was through, and then the pass still went and came away with a piro there.
Nice drive from Papakura Flavel, just working in tandem with the trail hitter. Now we see Mauri on the ball. Papakura Flavel, oh, did he get it down? Well, that was close. Great work there. Just see and that's the quality of a good referee. Not catching everything, but being in position to be able to make sure that both players think that your decision has credibility. And as you saw there, John Dusto right in front of the ball. They planted it at his feet. Good set of defence from Tikawiti.
Yeah, and we talk about the stability of our players and the agility that they have to get around the field. Equally as good was John Dusto there to make sure he was right in the position of the diving play and easily able to make that call there, as well as a great touch from Tikawiti.
I'll tell you another thing, just while we're talking about the refs, is Matire Ratama, the female referee in this group. These two are two of the best in the world, John and Cameron, and she looks like she's just as good as these two. So either she's lifted these two men up to her standards, as we see here, Tikawiti getting through. Oh, that's the first one for the tournament that I've seen. The Slam Dunk Committee woke up, I think.
Yeah, a nice slam dunk to start your morning. A big flick back to follow. But again, just great support lines from the Tikawiti boys there. I think it was the Rangatahi boys. Yep, combining another dynamic duo. Almost getting touched there, but finishing off what was a great setup for a great pedal.
And there it is, the Slam Dunk WhatsApp group. The page is just lit up after that. Papakura now, 5-1. I think Tikawiti had just been a little bit more accurate at both ends of the field. Pretty solid on defence and also on attack. If Papakura, and after the coaching at half-time, I'm sure they can just be a little bit more accurate in these areas, and they'll get back on the scoreboard again. Last touch. Fortunately, not too much on and setting up for this last touch. But an ad-lib play here between Takewa and Rawiri. Again, good set of D. They're pretty solid, right, this Tikawiti team on defence?
Yeah, we'll look to see this defensive little powerhouse here by the Rangatahi boys, as they're doing it at both ends at the moment. We see some great yards coming out of their half, and I'm sure the fresh set coming on will very much appreciate the yards that they've worked hard for them to set a great platform. So we see a bit of a late substitution here, a touch made on halfway. They'll have a little bit of work to do here to get a great finish off the back of this. And great stable defence there from Papakura to close down their attack.
Yeah, if you watch these first two, what's happened here? Gets to replay it. I just think if there's a little bit more intensity in these first two touches towards the box, then they just get a little bit more closer down the other end for the fourth and fifth.
And just unfortunate there to force that extra pass. I thought the initial check was good to get the yards in behind. Maybe one pass too many, but also some great defence there from the Tikawiti side.
Headley on. Good defence here from the number 5. She's been really, really sharp, has Chapman.
Yeah, she's made some great defensive stops out on her close link side. As we see the Headley boys. Oh, and a great wraparound play. A walkover, but a great dive and a finishing try there for McTainish.
Yeah, the replay says it all. Nice timing from all players involved. Good setup. Beautiful pass to a nice backdoor run into the perfect hole. And a great touchdown for Tikawiti to go 6-1 up.
And we spoke about it yesterday, seeing our ball players, it seemed like they were running in slow motion, Maya, and there I thought we've seen it again, haven't we? He came down that 32 channel on a bit of a short play, and he just lined up his options well. His vision saw that first chopper was in that hole, that executed very well, and a great try there.
And whānau, by no means do we mean by slow motion. They were running slow. They just looked like they had so much time that they were doing it too easy. As we see a nice set-up play. And there's our player from Papakura. She's been a real star. Here's Chapman, got into the middle. She's running back door. She ran left. She's running right. She's setting up all the lads. What can happen from this? Oh, so unlucky. What an injection of play there by Atahira Chapman.
Yeah, she seems to be doing it at both ends, doesn't she, Maya? A great play there. Some promising footwork shown from our number 8 there from Papakura High. Unfortunate not to convert in that corner there, but again, some great passage of play from the Papakura High team.
So many of our wahine do a great job out in their lanes, but it's great to see the confidence from Chapman to get in there, and not only once to go back door and try and set some play up, but the second time. And if that ball was able to just be caught, then I think they would have been in for their second. So we see a nice scoop here from Headley. Good defence, equal defence, good from Papakura. Here she is again, leading the charge on the transition phase.
And here comes Holden, making his third touch, and he'll look to go to the sub box here for a break while the substitutes come on. Some fresh legs to come through with a power scoop on the end of the set here. Te Kuiti backtracking towards their line as they go to their 32 platform. Unfortunately, the ball goes to ground there. Not quite the finish they wanted to their set there, but in the other half, nonetheless, they should be able to try get a good press going on here and hold them off their own half as much as possible. As we see the Te Kuiti subs coming in a little bit late.
I think we've found the magic. Yesterday we seen a lot of forward passes and offsides, so we decided to use that as our kupuho for the day, and there's only been one of each, so we might have to have every single one of these penalty options as our kupuho, and there'll be no penalties in the game. 5 minutes left in the first live stream match of day 2 here in Rotorua for the 2023 Bunnings Secondary School Touch Championships. It's been a little bit more of a close contest here in the second half. Te Kuiti out to a relatively dominant lead. Papakura been looking promising here. So we see Rawiri fly out into the field off the box, looking for a drawn pass. Oh, just once again.
And just awesome to see the energy that both boxes still have throughout the entirety of the game. E whanga miniti e toi ana. We're getting close to the final ends of the final minutes of the match here, but both boxes still full of energy, both coaches still full of energy as well, and a special mention to both coaches, Rangi Te Whare for Te Kuiti High and Jason Borland from Papakura High. A very awesome job they've done with both teams here, and they should be very proud of the effort that both teams and all players across the board are putting out there.
Maka whakamua, there we have it, our second forward pass of the game. Thanks, Cam. You must have heard me, bud. You wanted to call one out. Good opportunity here. Papakura to get the ball on halfway. Just with that, when you got a penalty on halfway, I imagine your team had starters.
Yep.
Would you revert to a starter as if you were starting off after a touchdown, or would you just get up to the 7 metre line and then go hard?
Yeah, typically if we've been on for a couple of sets, some boys might tend to bail straight away, or we might sort of go to the far box and we start a starter play there. But yeah, as you say, Maya, we typically would look to run a starter play again. It's a great opportunity to showcase what everyone likes to do, and that's attack the 7 metre line. So no, you're dead right there. We do love to run a starter play.
And you're only just old enough to be in the 5 metre line days before it changed to the 7. Ooh, promising attack here by Rawiri.
Oh, great
Did he
hands.
get the touch? Great touch. Good shot there from number 5 from Te Kuiti. Harris, nice touch here. What's better? Do you like the 5 metre line or 7 metre line?
I personally am a massive fan of the 7 metre line. It opens the game up a lot more. Unfortunately, from a defensive standpoint, it becomes very difficult to have to get out there and defend those guys that can very, very simply beat you one-on-one with footwork. So opens up the game, but it also makes us have to work a little bit harder too. So the fitness requirements have skyrocketed.
big 7 metres here from the rest, which is good to see, allowing the game to go from one end to the other. Nice yards, Te Kuiti. Third touch, well and truly into the red zone now.
We see the sweeper coming, the scoop out of dummy half there by Rangitonga, and a great long ball. Unfortunately not able to convert in the corner. A great look there, coming from about 20 out, giving that sweep option, having the fake and going to the scoop short side. A good look and a good challenge for the close side. Link and wing combination. Papakura showing some great defence there.
Oh, nice little extra pass there. Rauri, unfortunately, just over the mark, but there's a good little extra pass getting in behind the defence. We see the girls coming into the middle, getting things centred.
As we spoke about yesterday, Maya, those extra yards and effort areas that we spoke about coming through the field are what is changing the game. And we see the team that tends to win that orange zone, we call it, which is the middle of the field typically, where you're either subbing on or subbing off. If you're winning that zone and you've got your 1%ers right and you're really dominating that yardage pattern, it sets up for a great play down the other end of the field, whether it's a try or just a completed set. A very, very beneficial win throughout the field, and that tends to go on to play on the scoreboard too.
Amazing to see the impact of the conditions yesterday. Really, really hot at this time of the day. So no dew on the ground, whereas today overcast. It's a little bit of a chill in the air, not cold, little chill, and just the dew hanging around a little bit longer, and we're seeing the impact that's having. Good touch. Nice lift up there from the 12 from Papakura.
Just getting in that lane to cause the recount there. Much better option than a Piro, so he's done well to stop the try there.
Raharuhi, the number 12 from Papakura. See him making the touch.
Unfortunately, they're just getting caught out of dummy half, causing the turnover. Getting close to the mutunga o tēnei kēmu as we see Papakura look to work out for potentially what will be the last set of the game. As we hear the hooter go for the final play of the game, and that touch will conclude the first game of Day 2 here in Rotorua. He mihi kawana ki ngā kaiwawao me ngā kaitākaro katoa. Kua mutu te kēmu tuatahi, te Kuiti victors of Game 1 of Day 2.